Not using practice questions effectively could be why you're not getting the grades you deserve. Hi, I'm Soumya, and today I'll be sharing the practice question framework that helped me get all 9s at GCSE and 4 A-stars at A-level. That's not a flex, it's just to show you that I've been able to boost my grades and that I can help you too. Before I go on to the framework, when should you be going through practice questions? If you have exams soon, I identified and recapped my weaker topics and then answered questions on those topics to see if I have improved. But if you're still learning new content, I used to make notes after lessons and then I would answer practice questions a day before a small topic test to revise. Regardless, sticking to the following framework that helped me boost my grades might help you. The framework can be broken down into 3 stages. Just like my past paper framework, you'll find that the more you engage with it, the more you'll benefit. Most students stop halfway through stage 2. Skipping the most important last stage might be why you still do not get those top grades. By committing to all 3 stages, you'll unlock the complete benefits of this framework and notice an improvement in your grades. The first stage is all about the setup. I preferred having the practice questions on my laptop instead of printing them out. I would also have my notes nearby, which I will get onto. And if I needed to do any working out, I would have some scrap paper, a pen, and a calculator just in case. And a little reminder to remove all distractions. And yes, I mean all distractions. And if you do not know where to find practice questions, here's a few resources on screen here. The next stage is the process of answering the question. Read the question carefully, making sure you pay attention to the keywords like describe and explain. Describe means that you just have to list some bullet points. But when there's an explain, make sure you include words like because then you're actually explaining. When answering the question, I like to think about the answer in my head to help me save time, but writing down some rough bullet points could make sure that you do the next stage of the framework effectively. After thinking about or writing down the answer, then it came to looking at the mark scheme. This is the point where most students tend to stray away from the framework, because what most students do is have a quick look, but then just move on. If you do this, then it is unlikely you will improve. You should spend as much time as you need comparing your answer with the mark scheme to understand where you have gone wrong. That's how you will improve. Also have a look for some extra detail in the comments and make sure you include any underlined terms to get the mark. And something that I would like to mention now is that if you get stuck on a question, try your best not to skip it. I tried answering the question until either I was able to get another bullet point down or until I lost patience. At that point, I would ask my teacher for some help with the question. And just another quick point I would like to make here is that I never really used practice questions to see how many marks I could get on the exam. I use the questions and the mark scheme like a textbook. This is not about looking at marks, it is about learning how to get the marks. This is where the most important stage comes in, the stage that most students miss out, and that is the improvement stage. Whenever you do not get full marks, understand and make notes on where you have went wrong. Especially for subjects like biology where the mark scheme can be so specific, I would sort of copy the main wording of the mark scheme to help me process it. This helped me to improve for next time if a similar question came up on my exam, because I had a good idea what the mark scheme would want from me. And remember in the setup, I had my notes close by. I said that practice questions was more about learning, and I would add on whatever I had learned onto my notes. And I would do this in a different color to make it stand out. And sometimes my notes would even have incorrect information on it, so I made sure that I corrected that as well. Writing down any corrections or writing down where you have went wrong helps you to consolidate it and remember it for next time. Just like how making notes can help you remember the content, making notes of mistakes can help you remember them for next time. I would also use this improvement stage for any topic tests that you get back, and I used to have a sheet of paper just for any mistakes that I made on these topic tests, and I would reflect on these before any major exams. And it might also help you to keep a collection of any questions you get wrong with the mark scheme. You could take photos or screenshots, and then you could do these questions in a few weeks to see if you have actually improved. And after practice questions, I would do past papers near exam season, but so many students do not know how to go through past papers properly. But I've got a video going through my 6-step past paper framework to make sure that you get those top grades that you deserve.